Nights like this are what the Cup is all about. A chance for local clubs to take centre stage, take the spotlight, and the chance for David to slay Goliath. Well, it's standing room only here at Imperial Corp Stadium, the home of former NSL club Brisbane City, for one of the biggest nights in the club's recent history as they host A-League opposition in the form of Western Sydney Wanderers. It's the round of 32 of the Australia Cup, and it's built for nights like these. The chance for the community to come together and get around their local side. Both sides out there at the moment, and let's have a look at how the sides line up for this blockbuster clash. A big opportunity for this young Brisbane City side, and it is young, an average age of just 21 and a half, and 6 teenagers in the starting 11. It's just a second game under new boss Peter Gaffney, and tests don't get much bigger than this. Keep your eyes out for Malachi Love-Samira, who has had success in the Cup in the past with Peninsula Power and club stalwart Kai Bolton, who's always an excitement machine. And of course, the experienced head of James Meredith wearing the armband. The former Socceroo will be looking to lift his young side today. It's the start of the Alan Stadgich era. It's the first time the former Perth Glory and Matilda's boss will go with his new side. Recent Socceroos call-ups, Lawrence Thomas and Brandon Borello get the start as always. New acquisition, Bojidar Krajeb, doesn't get a place in the squad today. And the Swedish import, Marcus Antonsson, starts on the bench. A good opportunity for the youth as well, with Alex Bonatig, Zach Sapsford, Alex Badalado and Oscar Priestman all getting the start under Stadge. You can see the Western Sydney Wanderers side. We obviously saw their crosstown rivals, Sydney FC, downed by Oakley. Last night there is Peter Gaffney, Lions FC legend here in the Queensland NPL. And it's just his second game in charge of his new side. Casey Rybelt leading proceedings tonight, assisted by Anton Shetinen and Ashley Beecham on either side. And Ziad Ahmedovich as the fourth. There's Alan Stadgich, coached the Philippines at the Women's World Cup in 2023. Of course, former Matilda's boss, former Sydney FC women's coach. Central Coast Mariners, was at the Perth Glory last year. And a big opportunity for him tonight as the Stadge era gets underway in the round of 32 of the Australia Cup. Brisbane City hosts Western Sydney Wanderers, and an early start here for Brisbane City, the hosts. Bursting down, Love-Samira, deflected for a corner, and a fast start for the home side. Campbell Johnson here in commentary tonight, joined by 54-time Matilda Emily Gilnick. It's a big opportunity for a member-fed side to go up against really strong opposition.
Yeah, definitely. Like you just said, they're full of youth, this Brisbane City side. But look, they've started strong. They're going to be young, ambitious. They're going to want to put their best foot forward against this experienced Wanderers side. It's a good opportunity for them today to see how they match up against an A-League side.
Apologies, I mentioned just before, it's standing room only here at Imperial Corp Stadium. Absolutely packed to the rafters. Plenty of Queensland football talent in the building as well. As the delivery towards that front post, Antonsson, in fact it was Milanovic who got the clearance but gives away another corner. We've seen a few of the A-League's men's boys here, Louis Zabala namely, and as well some very happy Moreton City Excelsior boys from last night as the ball back in now. The strike coming in, bobbled through the box now, and they might get another opportunity. Bolton just misreading the pass coming through. That time by Sadozai. One back well. Tried to skip around the challenge and brought down with Zach Rossi. A foul by Clisby. Just before, just in front of us is Zach Kierpal, who had a fantastic night last night. Jack Clisby just a little bit too egregious in that tackle. Well, he'll be a very happy man. Will Zach Kierpal in the crowd. Here's Moreton City side, 5-1 victors over Campbelltown City. The ball deep now. Lawrence Thomas showing every bit of his class. Able to hang on. He's been so good since coming to the Western Sydney Wanderers. Earned his way into the Socceroos side. And this will be Wanderers fans' first glimpse at life under Stadge. They've been under Marco Rudan over the last few years. Here's Borrello. Milanovic cuts it back by Velado. Unable to get a clear contact. It was a good cutback and good build-up play by Western Sydney Wanderers. Marco Rudan at the helm for the last few years. It'll be interesting to see how they set up under their new coach, who, the person next to me, spent a lot of time being coached by.
Yeah, Alan Stajic, got a few good words to say about him. Actually, had a bit of a laugh with him, reminiscing about old times just before the match here. But yeah, he's been extremely influential for me in my career, and he runs a tight ship. He knows how to get the best out of his players, how to get the best out of a team. So I'm interested to see how he goes with these boys tonight. But look, for me, Borrello, he's already been exciting. He's causing havoc nice and early.
Lisby with the delivery now towards that front post. Milanovic turned in by Gabe Kleur at point-blank range. And in under 4 minutes, the Wanderers have taken the lead and upset the local fans. It's Gabe Kleur who just turned it in from a yard out. Sam Flannery couldn't deny the second opportunity. It was a good flick on by Milanovic, and Gabe Kleur, he'll take that every day of the week.
Absolutely, just the poacher's goal there, just staying alert and staying alive, and an easy tap in to start the game here, 4 minutes in.
A fast start to the Stadge era. Western Sydney Wanderers, such a well-liked coach, such a well-regarded coach. Did a great job with the Philippines national team. The Women's World Cup, very history-making side. Stuff at club level as well. Laid the foundations for all of the success that Sydney FC have gone on to have in the A-League Women's, which does kick off very shortly. And catch it on Paramount Plus, of course. Ball over the top now. Brandon Borrello trying to chase it down. Asim Sajovic, former Brisbane Strikers player, couldn't deny him. Do so now. Rigby, a stalwart of the NPL here in Queensland. No stranger to the Australia Cup. Previously with Peninsula Power as well. Great ball by Borrello. Gets the ball back now. And not holding back any punches. Here's Tom. Mayoroni. Rigby. Intercepted by Priestman. Former Sydney FC Academy player. Across the divide. Not too long ago. It's given him the opportunity for first team football.
Can I sit up the back there? I'm basically almost there, mate.
Ball in now. Borrello. Good first time pass, Meredith. Showing every bit of his experience. Mentioned before the game started, the average age of this Brisbane City squad, 21.4 years of age. Here's Brillante, threading it through now towards that near post. Turned in by Badalado. And it's 2 in the opening 7 minutes. And Brisbane City's start to the match has gone from bad to worse. The might of the A-League side standing tall and showing their quality.
Good build-up play here. And like I said, it's another poacher's goal there. They've got numbers in the box, and that's what Stadge will be trying to do all night. I know he's a man of his word. He likes to get numbers forward. He lives by that, and it's paying off. But I don't think Brisbane City should be too disheartened. Obviously, you don't want to be 2-0 down, but for me, I think they've actually started off bright. They've had confidence on the ball. I think they just need to calm the nerves, get some possession and start going forward.
It's a great start for Western Sydney Wanderers. You're right, Brisbane City showing their physicality, showing their energy. 2 goals in 3 minutes. Not what they're after. Good switch of play. Here's Love Samira. Scored for Peninsula Power against Northwest Sydney Spirit in the 2022 edition of the Australia Cup. Returning back to where he played his youth football. It was sensational in the Cup a few years ago. Here is Love Samira. Had trials with the Fiji national team a few years back as well. Did Malachi Love Samira. Sajovic, ball over the top, looking for Tom. Lawrence Thomas. Quick off his line, alert to the danger. Here's Bonatig. Great ball over the top for Milanovic. Great first touch as well, and James Meredith. He had a long career in the UK, and he showed every game of it there.
You can already start to see the Wanderers looking for those over-the-top balls, those through balls, those diagonals. I think they're looking to really stretch the game and get their strikers in behind early, and I think so far it's working for them.
Also looking to target James Meredith's side, 36 years of age. Here's Battlelardo. Priestman. Brillante. He spent a lot of time here in Queensland as well. Josh Brillante. Clisby. Good delivery. Flicked out off defence well by Zach Rossi. In fact, it was Sanazai who was able to get rid.
It's going to be crucial as well for Brisbane City to make sure they keep picking up any loose balls, because both of those goals have come from deflections and loose balls coming out the second ball. So yeah, for me that's going to be crucial. They need to clean up the scraps anytime there's any sort of delivery that's in the box there.
Here's Clisby. Sapsford couldn't keep it under control. Milanovic, hurried by Love Samira, who grabs a bit of cotton, pulls him down too. Here's a foul. Important for these member federation clubs to be physical, especially with the youth put out by the Western Sydney Wanderers. Brisbane City, very youthful themselves. Without the 36-year-old James Meredith in the starting lineup, the average age would be 20 years old. Plenty of academy players coming through the Brisbane City system. Brisbane Roar Youth as well. And it's great to see them given an opportunity on the big stage. Plenty of injuries giving away its opportunity. Some departures as well. Scott Halliday, a mainstay of this Brisbane City side, unavailable through injury. Rigby with a launching ball forward. Former Peninsula Power and Western Pride player. Here's Thomas. Alex Bonatig at the heart of defence, alongside Anthony Pantazopoulos. Anthony Pantazopoulos, former Oakley Cannons player as well. He'll be happy with how his former side went last night, getting the victory over Sydney FC in the Cup. Always a great Cup set for the neutral. He was a key member of Oakley's run to the semi-finals in the 2022 edition of the Australia Cup. Always put in a good showing. Do Oakley. And he is Oakley through and through. Grew up right next to Brunswick City Stadium in Melbourne. Now the ball in behind. An opportunity and cleared by Clisby. But a good start. And a good return by Brisbane City. Niall Tom making things hard in the box for Western Sydney Wanderers. And it was in fact Zach Rossi. Got the ball across there. The delivery towards the near post. Flicked on, but it will be cleared by the Wanderers. Now Badalado on the halfway line. Sapsford streaming forward. Big challenge by Saduzai. And he will see yellow. Will the youngster, just 19 years of age. Casey Rybel showing him a yellow card for his challenge there. A heavy challenge too.
Yeah, look, it was a big challenge, and for me, I think if he was a little bit more central, maybe it's necessary. I think he could have maybe just pushed him a little bit more wide, redirected him to the corner, but maybe an unnecessary challenge for that one. He's picked up himself an early yellow card now.
Clisby and Brillante standing over it. Jack Clisby scored an absolute belter last time he came to Queensland for the Australia Cup against the Brisbane Roar at Perry Park, not too far away from here. He delivers this time. Flicked on, back post, back across the face. It falls for Pantazopoulos. And he'll hook it back towards the goal, but Sam Flannery, I should say, able to collect in a bit more of a steadying last 7 minutes for Brisbane City. Seen it twice in that opening period, but now just starting to steady the ship a little bit.
It'll be good to see Brisbane City get Love Samira on the ball a little bit more. I think every time he picks up the ball in that wide area, he's starting to go 1v1, starting to make things happen for City, and ultimately that's going to lead to them growing in more confidence. So get these two wingers on the ball a little bit more for City.
There's Meredith. Long ball forward. Almost found its way in behind for Pantazopoulos that time. Here's Rossi. Rigby dispossessed. Priestman driving through in behind for Sapsford. Now taking the strike and missing the target.
I think maybe there the through ball just maybe got directed a little bit wider than he would have hoped, but he had quite a narrow angle there. I think maybe he could have even taken a touch inside slightly or redirected that ball flat across, low and hard across the face of goal. But it's not a bad effort there from the Wanderers.
See the possession as well, fairly even. Western Sydney with 56%. Not outrageous difference there. It is truly a great night for Brisbane City. You look across the crowd into the clubhouse as well. Kids sliding down on cardboard pizza boxes on the hill too.
Absolutely. I mean, I used to play here when I was younger in the QAS program. We versed the boys. There was always a good, entertaining crowd here. They've got a good base here. So I think the Brisbane City boys will be looking to put on an exciting match for the fans tonight.
It's a great club. A historic club here in Brisbane. And Milanovic just able to put it out of play. There they are, sliding down the hill on the far side next to the clubhouse.
Where would you rather be on a Wednesday night?
If you're a kid, that's heaven right there. Footy on in the background, having a play with your mates.
And some wood-fired pizzas.
Say less, say less. Putting the boxes to good use too. Recycling. Switch of play. Here's Savage. Flannery looking to switch the play. Here's the goalkeeper, Love Samira, just struggling to pull it down.
It's really good to see the game settle now. I think Brisbane City have kind of just relaxed a little bit, understood that they're 2-0 down, but they're starting to find some composure, starting to find some rhythm, growing in confidence slowly.
Clisby balling behind the defence. Borello out wide. Marked by Meredith, skips by and brought down, and the foul is blown up eventually by Casey Rybel. James Meredith giving it away. Spent a long time playing in the UK and Europe. As we watch it back now, just stuck the foot out, lunged in, and Brandon Borello will take that every day of the week.
And this is almost carbon copy of the first goal. Brandon Borello attracted the foul on the opposite side, and you know, for me as a defender, I'd be taking him down as well, because if he cuts inside, he's going straight to goal there and wrapping that with his right foot.
Brillante standing over it. Kids behind not paying too much attention. A loaded box from Western Sydney Wanderers. Here's Brillante, deep ball that time, headed back down by Bonneting on the far side. Can't force a save out of Sam Flannery. Josh Brillante, a Queenslander, of course, from Bundaberg. Brandon Borello spent plenty of time here as well in the past. And player down, it is Niall Tom. Brandon Borello also embracing his family before the game. Great to see. Moved here when he was 11, did Brandon Borello. Both sides just taking the opportunity. Take the opportunity to have a look back at the opening 2 goals. It was a great delivery in, hard to deal with. Sam Flannery did just about everything he could. And a poacher's finish from the right back, Gabe Clerk.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want when you've got numbers in the box. It's all about just staying alert, getting the second ball, the scraps. He's picked up a good one there. Managed to get himself a goal as a defender. We've got the same thing here, all the way to the sideline, cut back, a parry off, and once again, Western Sydney Wanderers, the first one, nice and alert. Tap-in finish.
It's great awareness from both Gabe Clerk, Alex Battolato, just to be waiting for it as well, especially Battolato in the second after seeing the first goal. Is that something you as a striker, it's coached into you?
Yeah, that's what you want. And, you know, now that I'm thinking back at it, I remember very, very vividly and clearly that Alan Stadgic always made us alert that we were there for the second ball. So, yeah, it wasn't looking good for you if you weren't present, and I'm sure he's instilled that same kind of method in these boys. So, look, it's 2 from 2 now, just being alert off the second ball. One-touch finish.
Only been in Sydney for 4 weeks now, was telling us prior to the game. His daughter Annika Stadgic playing in the A-League Women's as well. He's put together a few good campaigns for both Sydney FC and last season Perth Glory. And that future Matilda's set up as well.
He's got quite an incredible CV, if I do say so myself, but I'm sure his family will be relieved and happy that he's finally back home where he belongs.
Is Bolton. Well, spent a long time in Sydney, did Alan Stadgic. On the blue side prior, now on the red and black. Here's Milanovic, first time strike. And slicing wide. Set up well for him. Perhaps could have taken a little bit more time, a little bit more composure perhaps.
Really good play there from Western Sydney. What I will say is that through ball, I think as a striker there, you've either got to lash it across the face of goal there, or potentially even take a touch inwards. James Meredith was a little bit further off him than he probably would have thought, but I love the scrap that's going on in the middle there. I love that Brisbane City is a youthful side, but they're not backing down in a challenge at the moment. Very interesting to watch.
The exuberance of youth, the fearlessness showing in spades so far tonight. Still a long way to go for them if they need to get, or if they want to get back into this game. It'll be an uphill battle, that's for sure. Here's Rossi, who's looked good in these early stages. The shot count domination from Western Sydney Wanderers, as to be expected with a slightly younger Brisbane City side. And a very solid Western Sydney Wanderers outfit.
Good little bit of combination play there from the two youngsters. Probably just a smart foul there from the Wanderers. It was definitely away, just a nice little 1-2.
Very tactical from Oscar Priestman, that's for sure. And it gives the opportunity for Maroney to deliver. Tough angle for them to make something of it. All the Brisbane City players in waiting. Just Flannery and Malachi Love-Samira behind the ball. It's a good looping one into the box. Milanovic able to collect. Strong tackle though. And Bolton will just be offside. Has to let it run. Here's Bonatig under pressure from Rigby. Fantastic surround by Brisbane City, but may leave them open to the counter here. Here's Kleur. Pantazopoulos.
It's really good pressure there from City in the corner, but the downside of that, you've got to make sure that teams don't get out, because that counter switch, that's where you can really get hurt.
Here's Bonatig. Lifted ball in behind. Borrello just inches away from bringing it down. It was a really nice ball over the top by Alex Bonatig.
Yeah, definitely a clever ball. That's exactly the kind of run you want from your striker as well. I think if he gets a nice touch there and lobs the keeper, it's 3-0, but great run and great look for Borrello at the moment.
Here's Priestman. Pantazopoulos. Milanovic looking for that ball back inside. Brillante. Badalado. Out wide for Milanovic. Borrello on the edge of the 18-yard box. Just tried to sneak it past James Meredith. City do deal with the danger.
I'm sure Brisbane City would have done their research on Brandon Borrello. He's absolutely rapid. He's going to have to really focus on how he can bring variety into his game, mix it up, get in behind, come in short, get the ball. He's a very, very creative player and really entertaining to watch. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this next 25 minutes goes.
It's a corner for Western Sydney Wanderers. Jack Clisby set to take the left back. Great delivery on him. He's had a nice resurgence in the back end of his career. Here's Clisby delivering to that front post and headed away by Meredith. Would be another corner. Short ball for Borrello. Clisby, first time, headed away by Sajovic. Love-Samira and numbers forward for Brisbane City, well dealt with by Badalado. Opens Western Sydney back up for another opportunity. Borrello dancing through and past Maroney. Bonatig, great ball, headed back, and Sajovic able to clear. In fact, it was Sadazai. But a lovely ball in behind That time, here's Milanovic. Edge of the 18-yard box. Brisbane City just struggling to stem the flow at the moment. Brillante.
Was a great ball over the top to Milanovic there. I don't think he realised if he could have taken it on his chest, he could have had a shot on goal, but I feel like Wanderers are starting to find their distances now.
Milanovic inside for Kleur. Sapsford at close range. Kleur perhaps coming from an offside position there, not given though. Borello lays it off for Sapsford, given away, Plasnet. Here's Sadazai and the foul in the middle of the park. Been really impressed with Alex Bonatig's distribution from that left centre-back position today.
Yeah, he's been pivotal, and why wouldn't you be when you've got striker like Brandon Borello and the other two wingers getting in behind you? You can see almost at every single time there's not just the one runner, there's one, two, sometimes perhaps even three runners. So that's what you want. You need a really good distributor, and right now there've been a couple of clear-cut chances already, so I can only imagine there's going to be more and more as time goes on.
Western Sydney still applying that press. Cutting down the passing lanes for Brisbane City. That's one back. Sapsford. Kept in play by Milanovic on the far side. He just cops a late clip from James Meredith. But he does take it out of play. No foul given either. It's Priestman. Great ball inside. Borello. Sapsford gets it back. Badalado brought down. No foul. Here's Malachi Love-Samira bursting away. Western Sydney Wanderers retreating. And it does go out of play for a throw in that time.
He's been exciting, Malachi Love-Samira, and he's going to be one to watch for this Brisbane City side. I think anytime he gets on the ball, he's bringing something different to the game. It'd be nice to see Brisbane City now working really, really hard to keep it in this half. They need to get momentum back. They need touches on the ball. They need a little bit of possession so they can grow in confidence. Because right now, all the momentum and all the cohesion is building with the Western Wanderers.
Jesse Rigby down now, getting some treatment. Hopefully nothing major for him. It's been a long time performer in this competition in the NPL Queensland. Likes of Western Pride out in Ipswich, Peninsula Power up in Redcliffe. Boy from Rockhampton. One of the elder statesmen in this side at just 26 years of age. Weird to say, but the second oldest player in this squad at just 26.
It's not what you usually hear in football, to be honest, that everyone's 25 and over these days. So, yeah, young side. However, there's just one or two there that are a little bit more experienced, and Brisbane City are really going to lean on that the further and further we head into this match tonight.
There's Alan Stadic. He'll be very happy with how his side have started this game. Have you seen the prototypes?
I know you think he might be happy, but I know what's going on in that brain of his right now. That man is hard to please. He's never satisfied. He's always wanting more. I think he'll be happy with the scoreline, but he'll be wanting a lot more from his players, I can tell you that.
It's good mentality as a coach. It's cleared by Kleur. Here's Bonatic. Thomas. Lifted ball out wide. Kleur in plenty of space too. Borello misses him entirely. Badalado, a queue of Western Sydney Wanderers players. And just crossing their lines. And it somehow fell for them. Just that communication lacking in that moment.
Yeah, they got a little bit unlucky there, but look, you can see the intent with numbers. They're just throwing bodies forward. Everyone's trying to have a crack at it, but yeah, just a miscue, bit of miscommunication there that could have been a third goal on the board.
Here's Milanovic. Bonatic has Milanovic in so much space on the far side once again. Clisby. Cut out by Rossi. Sadazai. Here's Mayoroni. Great feet from the youngster. Mayoroni just 18 years of age. Song. Not the youngest in the starting 11 though. Sam Flannery in goals. And Niall Tom up top. Both 17 years of age. Sam Flannery, a key component for Brisbane Strikers in the FQPL last year, the league below the competition Brisbane City play in. Brisbane Strikers, a famous club, of course. Another former NSL club. Been struggling in the last few years, though. More recent memory. Some at home might remember them from the 2019 Australia Cup, FFA Cup it was then known. Run where they went all the way to the semi-final. Taking on Melbourne City at Perry Park. Delivery now. And it is a good one, punched out by Lawrence Thomas. Here's Bolton. Mayoroni. Didn't quite get the lift on it he was after. Love Samira slipping over slightly there in the foul. He is blown up. And Love Samira very lucky.
He got really lucky there. Wanderers was definitely away. That would have been a one-on-one. But look, you can see how much pace they've got up front there. Any sort of break. Very, very dangerous.
There's Savage. Plusnan, former Peninsula Power and Brisbane Roar youth player. Spent some time in the States as well, did Ollie Plusnan, in the college system for Tyler Junior College in Texas. Was selected in the All-American first team in his 1 year at the school. Savage looking for the switch of play towards Love Samira, not quite the purchase he was after.
Yeah, and the Western Sydney Wanderers, they're quite an organised side. So Brisbane City are going to have a very, very tough job finding a way to break them down. I think those diagonal balls out to the wingers could be on there, but we've got to overhit those. Brisbane City have to overhit those balls, and they've got to find a way. Can they get through the pockets? Can they get out wide? But the main thing for them right now is to just, can they try and keep a little bit of possession, build some momentum, and stay in this half right now.
Surface you've played on plenty of times, whether it be with the QASM or even in the A-League Women's. Does the ball hold up a little bit, or maybe in these dewy conditions spin on a little bit?
Yeah, it's tough. Every club and every field is so different. But yeah, I've had some good memories here. Not so good ones. I actually got my first red card here against the Brisbane City boys. Always a tough competitive match.
James Meredith flicking it off. It is always a tough place to come. First red card here, Em.
I know, I'm not proud of it.
Interesting how you say your first, not your only one. So, didn't learn your lesson.
One of two. And they were both against boys, surprisingly. Yeah.
I'll forgive you for that one. Here's Clisby. Badalado. Tom just struggling to keep it under wraps. Sapsford putting on the pressure. In fact, it was Priestman. And he's putting a bit of a show on here, is Niall Tom. And physical. A little coming together between himself and Brandon Borrello. 17-year-olds up and about. He's trying to do a lot and just getting a little bit frustrated right at the end. Now Tom. Here's Borrello. Brisbane City players giving him plenty of attention. They've done their homework.
One thing I know for sure, this Western Sydney Wanderers side, Alan Sajic will definitely be demanding physical quality as their #1 output for tonight. Not to lose any challenges, especially against such a much younger, inexperienced side.
Bonitique heading away. Plusnet bringing it down. Needs that run in behind from his former Peninsula Power teammate in Malachi Love-Samira. That burst of pace. And they love to get one back right before the half. And a yellow card shown to Malachi Love-Samira this time. I have to ask the questions. Do the Brisbane City players have to be physical? Have to make it hard for the Western Sydney Wanderers? Just a little bit too aggressive. Malachi Love-Samira hanging on to the jersey of Gabe Clure as well. Here's Bonitique. They've really settled things down, have Brisbane City, since that opening 7 or so minutes, conceding the opening 2 goals. Kai Bolton drawing the foul that time.
I think you really want to see Brisbane City starting to gamble a little bit, push numbers forward. However, there's a fine line between that. You gamble too much and you get exposed, and especially against such an experienced side under Alan Sajic. So it's a hard one right now. They need to find the right moment, the right opportunity, but I think they need to be a little bit more desperate in that final third and make some things happen.
Is Savage cutting inside out of defence. Does manage to find that ball out wide for Sadazai. Great incisive pass for Maironi. Good build-up play from Brisbane City. Rigby dispossessed by Priestman. And then fouled by Maironi. Ball going the way of Western Sydney Wanderers. Plenty of Western Sydney Wanderers fans here as well. Maironi just chopping down the back of Oscar Priestman. It's Clure. Looking that ball down the line. Plusnet with a heavy first touch, putting it out of play. Love-Samira giving away possession. Sapsford back inside, brought down by Milanovic, who gets the strike away and dragged wide, but it did take a touch on its way through. Will be a corner.
Really good bit of play there, and for Milanovic to bring the ball down in such a tight space there, so you can see 2 players either side of him, drags it across, and unfortunately he's just miscued the shot, and as a deflection earned himself a corner.
Did very well to bring it down in a phone booth there. Got a touch on the way through. Brillante standing over it, delivered in, flicked on, saved and held on to in the end by Sam Flannery, not followed up by the Western Sydney Wanderers players that time. And it was a good corner routine, but it doesn't bear fruit that time for the Wanderers.
Great delivery and great run on the board. Unlucky for that not to go in the top corner there, but good reaction save from the keeper.
It's a good header by Bonitique by the looks of things. Here's Bolton. Fouled by Clisby. This game getting a little bit tense at times. A few challenges flying in. Here's Maironi. Borello getting frustrated in these closing stages of the first half.
Tends to happen for us strikers up front when we're not getting the ball as much. We start to go on our own little journey out there. A little bit of frustration, so I can imagine from those front three right now. I think they want more of the ball, more balls in behind.
Handball there, not given by Casey Rybelt in the middle.
Definite handball there. I think she just missed that one.
Didn't result in anything either way. Brisbane City do get the ball back. And Zach Sapsford, unintentional from him, but nevertheless did get his hand to it. Sadazai sending it forward, and it goes the way of Brisbane City. Let's have a look back at it. Oscar Priestman, in fact it was Zach Sapsford, just handling the ball there slightly. Not called though. Luckily didn't result in anything. Of course, no VAR in the Australia Cup. Here's Tom. An opportunity perhaps for Brisbane City before the half-time break. Bolton can't keep it within his grasp. Badalado. Here's Pantazopoulos. Just 2 minutes to play, and this first half has flown by after a lightning start from Western Sydney Wanderers. A heavy touch from Jesse Rigby. Oscar Priestman not taking any chances where he perhaps had a little bit more time. Sahovic, smart ball inside for Plusnet. Incisive from the young centre half, who performed so well last year at Brisbane Strikers. Here's Malachi Labsamira battling on that far side with Gabe Clerk.
Really good defensive effort from Gabe Clerk there. Really difficult as a striker when you're coming up and you're just getting shouldered out of position and you can't get past, so really smart defending there from him.
Here's Meredith. Two-time Socceroo, part of that 2018 World Cup squad. Only 2 minutes added on here at Imperial Corp Stadium. Western Sydney able to exit eventually. Meredith clearing for City. Bolton. Plusnet. Good ball in behind for Labsamira. Has to get away the early delivery. Labsamira now flicked on by Pantazopoulos. Bolton. Back for Sajovic. Hurried by Borello. Can they get one back before the break? In stoppage time. Here's Plusnet. Has to be now if they are to get one before heading into the sheds. Meredith. Sajovic not helped by a bobble on the pitch. Rossi just sending it into the air. Priestman. And that will be a foul on Badalado just before. Let's see there. I think it was Rossi just coming in slightly late. Milanovic. Brillante, lovely flick. Milanovic still dispossessed by Rigby. Stoppage time expired. The opportunity for Labsamira from in the box. Here's Sajovic. And that is half-time here at Imperial Corp Stadium. After a fast start from the Western Sydney Wanderers, a resilient final 30 minutes from Brisbane City, but they still find themselves down by 2 at the break. A strong start through Battleado and Gabe Kleur. This is an end at half-time. Brisbane City 2, Western Sydney 0. In fact, welcome back to Imperial Corp Stadium, where it is Western Sydney who lead by 2 at the break. A fast start from Alan Stadge's men, and a bit of fun on the hill for the Brisbane City Juniors. It was a fast start for Alan Stadge's side. 2 goals in the opening 7 minutes. M. Gilnick, what a start in the Stadge era.
Yeah, the first one here, the commitment near post to get the header on goal and then parried away, and that's exactly what you want, a poacher's finish.
Gabe Kleur opening the scoring in the 3rd minute. A fantastic start to life under Stadge, and very similar for the second goal.
Really similar, same again to the byline. I'm not sure if that was a shot or a cross on goal there, but it's been parried away, and once again he just picked up the seconds. And I think 2 crucial things there for Brisbane City moving forward is just to get the second ball, pick up the scraps and make sure they clear things early and stay with your man.
We saw an opportunity where they maybe could have done the same, Western Sydney Wanderers, as the game went on, and you can see right there from the expected goals, 2 goals, very close range, high expected goals, possession fairly even, and I think that's what perhaps Peter Gaffney can be proud of his side in that first half, going down by 2 goals in 7 minutes, and then looked very assured throughout the rest of the first half.
Yeah, I definitely think in the sheds right now of Brisbane City, you know, they'll be obviously disappointed with the scoreline, but there's a lot of positives to take from that first half. They're definitely going to throw the kitchen sink at it this second half. But look, Alan Stadge, I can imagine you'd be happy with the first 2 goals, but not happy with the last 30 minutes of this first half. I think he needs a little bit more from his players moving forward. And look, you can see a shot there. It's coming down to the finer details now. It's early in the pre-season, just the execution point of view. But they're getting a lot of shots on goals, and they're just going to need a little bit more delivery, a little bit more execution in the detail.
Nicholas Milanovic there with the strike. We saw plenty of times with him more on that right-hand side of things. The ball's over from Alex Bonatig as well. A chance right there in that moment. Brandon Borello getting a little bit frustrated at times, but really Nick Milanovic lively.
Yeah, Milanovic, he's been great this first half, and you know, relatability to a striker. I think Borello, you can see him getting frustrated at the moment when you don't get the ball that much, and it's just about a matter of, they've got obviously great distribution in the team, so it's a matter of finding cohesiveness, getting that relatability with your defence line and making the right runs at the right time. And so you just want to see him get on the ball a little bit more, and I think that will make him a little bit happy. It always does.
Look, it's a full house here at Imperial Corp Stadium. We hate to say it, they've sold out of pizzas. Good result for the club.
It's a great result for the club. I mean, wood-fired pizzas, can you go wrong on a Wednesday night at a football match?
You absolutely can't. Brisbane City with plenty to do in this second half. What do they have to do to get back into this game?
Yeah, look, I think there's a lot of learnings from that first half. First and foremost, possession. I know it's been even, but it seems to me like Western Wanderers have used their possession a little bit more wisely. So even though Brisbane City have had some possession and it's somewhat equal in the statistics, I think they need to be more wise with going forward. Use their strikers a little bit more.
First game of the Alan Stadge era. Are you seeing what he wants so far?
Yeah, definitely. Discipline and compact in defence, and runs from the forward line. However, it is early. I think he wants a little bit more from those plays in the forward line. He wants runs left, right and centre, and he wants third man runs, and I think he's going to be delivering that in the change room right now. Then he needs more effort from his players. Right now, Brisbane City have held them well, especially that last 20-30 minutes in that first half, so Western Sydney Wanderers are going to have to step it up a little bit more.
Well, it was an exciting first half. There's plenty more to come in the second. Stick with us. Welcome back to Imperial Corp Stadium. What a first half from the Western Sydney Wanderers. A fast start to the Alan Stadgett era. 2 goals in under 7 minutes. But from there, they were able to steady the ship. Brisbane City worked their way back into the game. And it's a young side, an average age of 21.4. But they were able to show some maturity and settle things down. Show some experience and composure. But they still have to do plenty in this second half if they want to get back into the game. Down by 2 goals at the break. And the start to the Alan Stadgett era, well, it started so brightly, M. Gilnick.
Yeah, definitely it did. But I think for me, knowing Alan Stadgett, he would have not been overly pleased with the 2-0 scoreline. He'll definitely want his boys to come out and assert some dominance. They are the experienced A-League side. But look, I think the Brisbane City boys, they can definitely be proud of themselves in that first 45 minutes. But I think they've got a lot more to give. I think they've got a lot of young talent on there. I'd love to see a bit more aggression going forward. So I'm looking forward to this second half.
We've seen them struggle to break down the Western Sydney defence. If you're a player, if you're a forward like yourself, how do you kind of get around that? Do you change things, especially when you're playing a superior opposition on paper? Do you maybe try and play it over the top? What do you do?
Yeah, most definitely. It's a difficult question. Number one, you've just got to not be predictable. So obviously Western Sydney Wanderers, they've been trained to be compact, tight, really, really good in defence. So you've got to have variation in your game. Someone stretching the game, using your width, your depth, someone coming short. You need a lot of different variety from especially those front 3, but you start to use things like the third man runs, the 10s coming into play. So they need a little bit of variation in the game, and they need to almost run out of position at times and make some selfless runs.
We are back underway in the round of 32. The second stanza now getting underway. Now the strike from Priestman riffles the side netting. Campbell Johnson here in commentary alongside M. Gilnick. And a fast start to this second half as well. Alex Badalado getting in the mix of things. Oscar Priestman firing the shot away.
Yeah, started exactly as they did in the first half, and what a shot this is. I was going to say what a finish. It should have been a goal, but very technical shot there. Really good to see. Good start from the Wanderers.
It's been a very involved game from a lot of these Western Sydney Wanderers youngsters. Alex Badalado, Oscar Priestman, Zach Sapsford. It's one back by Brisbane City. Kai Bolton can't evade Pantazopoulos. Alex Badalado, a good performance so far. Nick Milanovic, very lively in the first half, but just lacking that little bit of composure throughout the opening stanza. Brillante able to intercept it. A smart run by Borrello. Has Badalado out wide as well. First time ball for Sapsford. Across the face. Meredith having to do something. Budged off the ball was Clisby. And a very physical challenge. Malachi Love Samira comes away with it. Brisbane City showing every bit of their physicality in that defence there.
Really good defensive effort there from Malachi Love Samira to come all the way back there, and it's a clinical and crucial defensive effort from him, because for me that was an open goal. That should have been a goal. So we can have a look at it here. He's timed it perfectly. Shoulder to shoulder, just got in front of him. It's definitely not a foul. Really good play from him.
Punching over the experienced Jack Clisby too. He's been around the trap, says Jack Clisby.
And look how deep Brandon Brello has come back in to get that ball from the throw, and he's desperate to get on the ball nice and early. But unfortunately, need to see him a little bit higher.
He's played across the front line in his career as Brandon Borrello out wide, and since coming to Western Sydney, almost reinvented as a number 9. Showing his technicality from the middle of the pitch. Here's Badalado, in fact Milanovic. It's a good challenge by Sadozai. Bolton, Maroney. Savage picking up a good space. Brisbane City playing with a back three. James Meredith, the two-time Socceroo, in the heart of it. Bilal Sadazite on the left. Asim Sajovic on the right. James Meredith flanking the two youngsters. 18 and 19, either side of 36. Player down. Needs to be Alex Bonatig. Hopefully nothing major for him. Physio's called on. Looks in a little bit of pain. Head collision perhaps. Obviously one of much importance. He will get treatment. He's been so good all game long. Those diagonal balls in behind the defence.
Yeah, he's been excellent, and understandably so. Alan Stajic furious on the sideline, one of his players, especially in such a prevalent time. It's pre-season for these boys, so he needs them fit and firing for the start of the season. So he's just copped a bit of a head knot there. Hopefully he's going to be okay.
Tough one as well. The shock on the neck with the player just coming across. No direct knock in terms of head-on-head collision or head-on ground, but just that shock and the whiplash of it.
Yeah, I was just going to say that he's probably just copped a little bit of whiplash. He's maybe even winded at this point. No need to get up nice and just take his time. Make sure he's okay. Not what you need right now for this Wanderers side.
Good young defender. His brother, Liam, signed for Celtic around this time last year before Western Sydney Wanderers Cup game against the Brisbane Roar. Another look at it. Player just coming across him. No intent from Niall Tom. Just unfortunate timing.
As we looked at the replay there, may have copped the back end of the elbow there. Not sure if it was in the neck or the back of the head, but seems to have thrown him a little bit. Think they may be doing a concussion test on him, but just giving him the time. Potentially even a blood nose there, as we can see.
Western Sydney Wanderers team giving all the treatment. Looks to be a blood nose indeed. And hopefully he will be able to continue. We'll have to do that concussion test, you would think. We'll perhaps be able to continue. Plenty of young players on the bench for Western Sydney today, looking for an opportunity, no doubt. Alan Stajic just wondering if he's able to continue or not. Well, they need to ready the substitute. It will be the Brisbane City drop ball as well. Alex Bonatig looks in pretty good sorts at the moment. Boy from Shell Harbour. Not an easy trip to the Wanderers Academy. June 2022, signed a 2-year scholarship deal with the side. And he will continue. Will the centre half. Here's Sadazai. Sajovic. Intercepted by the Wanderers. Milanovic. One back momentarily. Milanovic now driving at the Brisbane City defence. Shrugs off Mayoroni, fires the shot away. But it is dragged. No harming Sam Flannery in goal. Similar to what we saw in the first half as well from Nick Milanovic.
Yeah, he's been really good and he started strong this second half. And look, he's gotten in front of his player there. He may have even couldn't take it another couple of metres, or he had the outside left option as well. But it's another good little bit of play from the Wanderers here.
Just a little bit too eager. Nick Milanovic. Here's Love Samira. Retreating towards defence. Flannery sending it long. Pantazopoulos heading it the other way. Here's Bolton now. First touch lets him down. Sadazai. Here's Meredith. Sajovic, hounded by Sapsford. Borello using his body well. Meredith uses it better in the end. Wins it back for his side, the skipper.
Great defending from Meredith there, just to use his body. And I think Borello just maybe got it too ahead of himself, got it caught underneath his feet there. But what a great opportunity that was for the Wanderers to get another one on the score sheet.
Here's Bolton, skips around Brillante. Here's Sadazai, need to get a ball into the box. They do so towards that back stick. Fumbled by Thomas. Can they follow up? Brisbane City. It is cleared eventually by Battleado. And perhaps Brisbane City's best opportunity of the game.
Definitely the best opportunity of the game for me. And usually Lawrence Thomas is a sure thing coming out there to catch the ball there, but just as we can see, anything can happen. So really good pressure there from Brisbane City and almost a goal.
Here's Love Samira, brought down in the box and waved off by Casey Rybel. And it's got the fans up and about. And that opportunity for Brisbane City has sparked Peter Gaffney's side and brought them to life, and the crowd with them.
Certainly gotten a lot more lively around here. There's more of an atmosphere, and look, I think it's a close one there. He may have been falling before the contact. That was probably where Casey's decision was. So, twist my arm. I'm sure the Brisbane City fans right now would disagree, but it was a close one.
Close one indeed. Here's Brillante. Milanovic. Brisbane City starting to gain some authority in this game. Smart ball from Meredith. Risky one though. Captain leading by example at the start of this second half. Here's Bolton. Keeps it in play. Marked by Clare. Rigby. Almost gets the 1-2 from Rossi. Can't find him though. Priestman. Thomas goes long. Borello. Brought down after the fact by Rigby. Battleado streams away anyway. Has Clisby on the left-hand side. Clisby into the box and almost followed up by Sapsford. But it makes its way all the way through. Here's Rossi. The chance goes begging for Western Sydney Wanderers.
Beautiful counter-attack there from the Western Sydney Wanderers, and Brandon Borello just clinical in what he does in the work rate to get back and almost get himself back in the box there, and that was almost a perfectly executed counter-attack there from Western Sydney.
How about this for an opportunity? Sadazai lifting it into the box. Lawrence Thomas just giving him that opportunity. Brisbane City's best opportunity of the game. Falling behind now. Loves Samira. Unable to keep it under wraps.
I think that just showed his quality right there. He's going to be crucial for this side in the second half. He is absolutely rapid. He's frightening lightning down that right-hand side. I think we'd really like to see more of him this second half.
Maroney on the far side as well. Pulling some tricks out. A couple of oohs and ahs from the crowd. Has been tidy on the ball all game long. The teenager, a great opportunity for all these young players to put themselves on the national stage. It's also what the Australia Cup's about. Opportunity for these member-fed players to put themselves in the shop window. Potentially get opportunities from it.
Yeah, that's exactly right. These are the games you want to play, especially as a young, inexperienced NPL player. To pull out a quality 90 minutes against the eyes of Alan Sajic and the eyes of, potentially all of the other A-League teams watching. It's a good time to have a good performance.
Ruben Zadkovic will no doubt be watching on. Brisbane Roar head coach. I mentioned a few times, it's just some of the footballing talent in the crowd today. A lot of Brisbane Roar players, a lot of other NPL players. It's a time, especially at a ground like this, where the community really comes together at a big old ground. An A-League side coming to play against an NPL club.
It's always a great atmosphere at Brisbane City, especially an opportunity for these young kids to see an A-League side. Some of these young kids are dreaming big. They want to be professional footballers one day. These are the games you want to watch. These are the games you want to learn from. So a great opportunity to see an A-League side here tonight at such an iconic football club like Brisbane City.
Well defended by Pantazopoulos. Sapson, edge of the box, trying to thread it through for Borrello. Had Badalado on the other side.
Yeah, he's going to be disappointed with that one. Unfortunately, the wrong decision there. Just a miscommunication, but potentially should have taken that, drawn that player in. A nice, easy layoff outside to the Brendan Borrello.
Two players getting ready to come on. Marcus Antonsson, the Swedish forward, Aiden Hammond as well. Marcus Antonsson will be a big addition to this side. May affect how they play slightly. A bit more of a spearhead kind of forward. A lovely ball from Rossi. Bolton. Wanderers struggling to clear, but do so. In the end, Sadazai is Rigby. They need just one moment of magic to get themselves a sniff of getting back into this game. And those changes being made by the Wanderers. It's Alex Badalado's day that comes to an end. What a game he's had. Brandon Borrello as well makes way in this cup fixture. He's had a good game. Struggled to get into it a little bit at times. Perhaps not having the amount of opportunities as he wanted. But a double change for the Wanderers. Antonsson and Hammond coming on. Badalado really impressed.
Yeah, he was really, really good tonight. But for me, I've noticed the body language of Borrello. I've had it before. It's a disappointment of, you know, getting pulled early and just feeling like he didn't quite give enough that game. I think he'd be slightly disappointed with his performance. He's a great player, talented player, deserves his way back into that Socceroos squad. So really good hit out for him tonight, but overly he'd be probably a little bit disappointed with himself.
Early in pre-season, gearing up for a big campaign. Now an early involvement from Hammond, showing a bit of spark since coming off the bench. His first involvement. 61 minutes gone here at Imperial Corp Stadium. Here's Hammond. Well won by Plusnan. Loves Samira. Dispossessed by Clisby. The strike from Sapson. Dragged wide only by a whisker though. Will be a corner kick. Perhaps Flannery just getting a slight touch on it.
Yeah, he's got that. It's hard to see that one ever. The slightest touch on there is out for a corner there, but good decision.
The delivery now. Brillante whipped in, and Zach Sapsford with another opportunity. Can't turn it in. He's had a good performance so far, Zach Sapsford, showing his quality and a good opportunity for these youngsters to prove themselves to their new coach. Played at Hakoa Sydney City East as a junior. Played from the 13s to the 20s. Before spending a season and a half overseas in the United Kingdom with Chelsea. Plenty of pedigree and quality. Now the opportunity with Western Sydney Wanderers. Spent some time with the Sky Blues as well, Sydney FC. making the move to their crosstown rivals, made his debut against the Brisbane Roar in 2022 in the A-League Men's. He's been crushing it at NPL level for the Wanderers since coming over from the Sky Blues. And here he is now, Sapsford. Clure. Delivery now flicked on once more by Sapsford. May stay in play if Hammond can get to work, but it does go out. Just not quite there in time.
Good bit of play there from the Western Wanderers. I think Clure just wanted that ball in front of him. He had momentum going forward. He was in full stride. But good bit of play there from Sydney.
Sam Flannery to take the goal kick. Is Milanovic. He can't be kept in play by Sadazai. Quick throw in, Sapsford. Trying to make something of it. A great challenge by Sajovic. Maroney just exiting for Brisbane City. Brisbane City getting ready, a few changes. Will Dent, Masashi Yokoyama, and as well Cohen Allen, all getting ready to come on.
Brisbane City so far have done a really good job of keeping this game at bay, only 2-0. These three subs will definitely be an indicator to try and cause some chaos, try and get something out of this game. They'll be looking to throw the kitchen sink at it for this final few minutes.
Here's Clure, Milanovic. Can't follow it in. But an exciting few changes being made late. Still with a bit of time to play in this game, must be said. And M. Gilnick, a familiar face, readying the subs on the touchline as well as Milanovic. Can't turn it in there.
Yeah, it's Jake Goodship, my old Brisbane Roar coach. It feels like a small world tonight, running into everyone. So yeah, good to see him back out there. He's a great coach. He was really good for me as a mentor. Scored a ton of goals that season under him. So yeah, very familiar with Jake. Really good guy, great coach.
Great to see him coaching here at Brisbane City. Jake Goodship, former A-League women's coach, Brisbane Roar. Did a good job there as well. Good season. I do remember. Was that the year you won the Golden Boot?
It indeed was,
oh,
yeah.
wow, set you up
just
there,
off
M.
memory,
Gilnick.
yeah. Yeah, you got a lot out of me that season. Brought out a lot of confidence in me. Let me express myself as a striker.
Here's Rossi delivering towards that near post. And Milanovic able to come away with it in the end. Almost one back, but the foul given away by Brisbane City. Certainly was a good season from the person to my right. Can't deny it. And that triple change of Cohen Allen, Will Dent, and Yokoyama all coming on. Kai Bolton making way as well. Sadazai. Those two making way. And as well, Jesse Rigby, the third change of them. So a few youngsters getting minutes. Brisbane City have done well to stem the flow since that opening 7 minutes. Will Dent, the goalkeeper, I should say, Sam Flannery, down in back play as well. Just getting a little bit of treatment on what looks like the ankle. Hopefully he will be able to continue. They do have Riley Stent on the bench, who's played plenty of first-team football for Brisbane City, just getting warmed up on the far side as well. You can see Jake Goodship there in the foreground. Peter Gaffney, the Brisbane City coach, in the background. Both just giving instructions. Two very able coaches. Peter Gaffney, a legend of the NPL Queensland. Played for Lions FC in their pomp. Been very good over the last few years. But under Warren Moon, former Brisbane Roar coach, Papua New Guinea national team as well. He's been well regarded as a coach for the last few years, now getting his first opportunity at first team level. Coached under 20s, under 23s at Lions FC in the past. Now has his opportunity. This is his second game at the helm. Not an easy introduction, that's for sure. Here's Bonatic, adventurous out of defence. Clisby. Down the line. First time ball by Sapsford, just can't find Hammond. We'll see how those changes affect Brisbane City as well. Will Dent just struggling to barge past in that moment.
The next scroll here will be crucial. Brisbane City will be trying to put their foot into the game, get a goal, get themselves back into the game, and on the other hand, Wanderers haven't scored for 60 minutes or so they'll be trying to get another one on 3-0, try and put the game to bed. So this next goal is going to be a big decisive moment.
Alan Stajic will be wanting his side to really put the foot down and make a statement after the start they made in particular. Marcus Antonsen up front now. The Western Sydney Wanderers made his debut for the club in the Australia Cup last year. Started very well indeed. It's a lovely switch from Bonatic for Kleur, opening up his right back. Inside ball for Antonsen, the Swede. Milanovic. Wanted that forward run from Antonsen, but it just didn't come. "20 minutes to play here at Imperial Corp Stadium. Savage brought down. Storming out of defence by Aidan Hammond. A substitute getting physical early. Back on his feet, Savage has looked good in this game. An opportunity for these youngsters, of which there are many. That's a lovely bit of skill from Mayoroni. Another Brisbane City player who's looked the goods. Very tidy on the ball, that's for sure. It's Pantazopoulos. Sapsford trying to urge the ball forward. Nokayama able to find a teammate. Mayoroni, an opportunity for Brisbane City. Now storming forward, Hammond. Antonsen just trying to find Sapsford out wide, couldn't do so.
You can see what Antonsen was trying to do there. He was just trying to take some pace off the ball and lay that through. Good little bit of play there from the Wanderers. They're starting to find their feet again. I think this will be around the time that Brisbane City start to be a bit more aggressive in their front pressure. We've seen it a few moments ago. So really looking forward to a more aggressive press from them. trying to keep it in that half, trying to get more chances on goal.
Pace of the game just slowing down slightly, which will suit Western Sydney as they look to settle things down. I'm sure they'll want to be aggressive in these final stages. Maroney doing very well. Not many options ahead of him. A sea of red and black shirts behind the ball. Here's Love Samira. Marked by Clure. Love Samira. Maroney. Great ball inside. Almost found Tom. The strike coming in. Going wide from Rossi. But a great bit of play from Maroney once more. A smart ball inside. And Niall Tom couldn't get his head on it.
Really great cross there from Maroney. They've done it a few times now from that inside pocket there, just dinking it over that far shoulder. Tom needs to make himself available in between those defenders. Those opportunities will come.
There's a no-look cross as well. Sold him with the eyes, thinking he was going back, and just sent the ball forward. Looks like Western Sydney looking to make a change as well. Dylan Skichluna getting ready to come on. Pantazopoulos, long ball in behind. Lovely flick from Sapsford, and so unfortunate not to find Antonsen. But a beautiful bit of skill. Double change being readied by Western Sydney Wanderers. Owen Luau getting ready to come on as well. Plenty of opportunities being given tonight. That'll be the end of Zach Sapsford's day, who's had a productive night here. As well, Oscar Priestman, his day comes to an end. Both players have been impressive this evening. And two youngsters being injected into the game. Luau, academy player coming through. Dylan Skichluna, the addition last year from Wolverhampton Wanderers, coming back from the UK. Both injected into the game now. And a few bubbles flying around as well. Being forgiven for thinking you're at a West Ham game.
And the kids are done with the pizza boxes down the hill. They're onto the bubbles now.
It is a school night. It's a school night. Change being made for Brisbane City as well. Stephen Stanich-Floody coming on. Zach Rossi makes way for him. Stephen Stanich-Floody spent a bit of time in Ireland as well. His sister, Mary Stanich-Floody, playing for Canberra United last year in the A-League Women's, Sydney FC prior to that. And a good addition for Brisbane City, an opportunity for them now. Bobbled in the box, Maroney getting the strike away! And the whole crowd brought to their feet. Adulation from the Brisbane City faithful. And is that the opportunity that fires them back into this game?
Well, that changes everything now, doesn't it? It's 2-1. And once again, it's come from the original where it started, that inside pocket cross. And second ball. It's fallen out. Plenty of bodies in the box, taking an unfortunate deflection, but a well-deserved goal for Brisbane City to keep them back in this game.
They did take a deflection, of course, but they'll take it every day of the week. Noah Maroney 18 years of age. Is that the tonic that could see them really push on in this game? It's Brisbane City 1, Western Sydney 2. And it has brought this fixture to life, along with the crowd. I tell you what, on rewatching of that one, might have to have a headphone user's warning. The pure noise from the crowd here at Imperial Corp Stadium. And they might be in again. Brisbane City. There's Cohen Allen urging forward. And now this Brisbane City crowd waiting on every touch in that final third.
Yeah, you can just hear it, can't you? Absolute scenes here at Brisbane City. The energy is electric. And it as a player, it really, really helps.
It's Maroney. He's looking for that ball inside. Didn't get what he wanted. They just need a little bit of luck to Brisbane City. Maroney, the goal scorer. 10 minutes to play. And the anticipation, the excitement, the suspense. Well, it has risen. Here's Stanich Floody. Maroney, collected late by Pantazopoulos. Here is the moment. Noah Maroney, it just fell for him. One touch, firing it away. And an unfortunate deflection of Gabe Kleur. But one that this Brisbane City crowd were very thankful for. Here's Luau. Skichluna with the ball in behind. James Meredith. Smart header back for his goalkeeper, Sam Flannery.
Can really start to feel the intensity now. This game's really livened up. The crowd's getting behind Brisbane City as the home team right now. It's going to be an exciting final 10 minutes.
This crowd riding every touch, every decision. Letting you know how they feel about it. There's Maroney, Yokoyama, Cohen Allen. The delivery deflected behind for a corner. And these can be absolutely crucial in a game like this, against opposition like this. Can be the decisive factor. Peter Gaffney, nerves, firing, heart pumping. The delivery coming in from Maroney. Lawrence Thomas happy to stand underneath it. Had to ask more questions there. Quick out of the hands of Lawrence Thomas. Milanovic offside was the call on Aiden Hammond. Flag went up. Otherwise could have been very dangerous. But exactly what Brisbane City needed. Here's Stanich Floody. That ball in behind for Tom. Hasn't had too many looks at goal. Has that number 9. Neither have the entire Brisbane City side. It's been tough going.
Yeah, I think he might have to mix up his game there up front. He's not getting too much in behind there. Western Sydney Wanderers are quite tight and fast there at the back, so he might need to come short a few times and run off the shoulders and try and get in on the outside.
Here's Meredith. Yokoyama. Good touch by Meredith. Plusnan. Now it's open. Numbers forward. Malachi loves Samira. Bonatig. Back for Thomas. Plusnan, smart header. Sajovic just marking Aiden Hammond, and it's good defending from the youngster. Stanic Floody. Giving away possession was Flannery, the goalkeeper. Milanovic now running at Stanic Floody. Milanovic, ball back inside, firing away, a brilliant save by Sam Flannery, the 17-year-old. Standing tall and denying the Western Sydney Wanderers.
You can just see the quality there of Milanovic. Absolutely superb at pace. Running at that inside shoulder and at the last second darting outside and just put on a platter. Great save from the keeper there.
Tough spot to save as well, getting low at a fast pace. Now the opportunity, Brillante to deliver for Western Sydney. Towards the back post, headed away. Loves Samira. Just shepherding off Aiden Hammond. Didn't have much assistance with him. Skichaluna. Wanderers back in possession. Antonsen has struggled to get into the game since coming on. Maroney gives away the foul. Much to the displeasure of this Brisbane City crowd.
Yeah, it's typical coming off the bench there for Antonsen. It's quite tough to get back into the game. He hasn't quite found his feet yet, found some rhythm. I think he just needs to get a few more touches on the ball, and that might mean, unfortunately, coming short to pick up the ball and making something happen. So he hasn't got long to grow into the game. Last 5 minutes here left.
Santa Cosgrove getting ready to come on. Brillante with the cross. Really strong from Flannery to hang on to it, and they have to hit fast. Do Brisbane City. Here's Meredith. Not much doing ahead of him. Yokoyama. City getting ready to bring on Xander Cosgrove. Ball back inside, Maroney can't collect it. Hammond. Wanderers with numbers forward. City with many retreating. It's a good challenge from Malachi Love Samira.
He's been working really hard tonight, Love Samira. As a winger, it's tough to always come back and double up on the team, but he's been doing a great defensive effort tonight. Really, really worked hard.
Niall Tom coming off. And Xander Cosgrove taking his place. Both sides using their bench tonight. So war of attrition, and especially there's only about 3 minutes left. If Brisbane City, by some miracle, can get another goal, it'll make things even harder. Plusnet, here's Cosgrove. The ball in behind, it's a good one too. The opportunity, Dent, marked by Bonatig. Dent now teeing it up for Yokoyama. And it looked like a handball almost from Pantazopoulos. The strike coming in once more and dragged to the near post. And it was blocked by Pantazopoulos. But I tell you what, M. Gilnick, it didn't look all that clean. Fired into him. Perhaps just off the chest. Hard to tell from these angles.
It had us a little bit anxious here in the box. It looked like a handball, but I think it was fired in that hard. We couldn't tell where it quite hit, and probably in the top upper chest there. They got away with that one. Really good aggressive play there from Brisbane City.
Lual in on goal now. And saved by Sam Flannery. 2 minutes left for Brisbane City. Have to go long. Have to make something happen. The youngster, Lual, just unable to keep his composure in that moment.
Well, this is the time now. Brisbane City throwing men forward. Counter-attack. just taking a gamble. They need to take a risk now. There's a few minutes left in open play, maybe a couple for extra time.
The ball in from Stanic Floody has to be better than that. It's held on to by Lawrence Thomas. About a minute to play. Time added on, of course, and a little bit as well. A few players going down in this second half. It's one back almost by Brisbane City. Kept in play by Milanovic. Heavy challenge that time by Stanic Floody. And he'll see yellow for it. A heavy challenge. Casey Rybelt straight into action. Two players down. Gabe Kleur.
It's a really it's a really reckless challenge there. And I can understand why Stajic is furious. He needs to keep his players ready for the season starting, and it's just a bit of frustration there. Brisbane City desperate to get this one goal back in and get it at a draw and get it back level. But a little bit reckless there, a little bit dangerous.
Well, Stephen Stanic Floody. He's a tough competitor. And he's fighting out there, much like his dad did. His father, Antonio, won 4 Irish national boxing championships, if you believe it. So hopefully it doesn't spill out on the on the pitch, because otherwise maybe in trouble.
We'll see where he gets it from, doesn't it? Apple doesn't fall far from the tree, but no, he's been outstanding tonight.
Plasnan heading it away. 4 minutes to be added on here at Imperial Corp Stadium. Here's Luau. Brillante. Milanovic. Well intercepted by Yokoyama, straight on the turn. And the ball sent instantly forward. Loves Samira. Marked by Bonatic. Samira now across the face and almost turned in by Will Dent. And it was a beautiful delivery. And just inches away from sending the stadium into absolute raptures.
I mean, I got my hands on my head right now. Absolute scenes here for Brisbane City. This is exactly what you want from this side with 4 minutes left to play. Throwing absolutely everything in this game. What an opportunity that was, but what a save from Thomas.
We've got to throw the kitchen sink at it. Getting awfully close. And the confidence even from that chance will go up. 3 minutes to play. Can they go again? And I fear for our audio equipment if that did go into the back of the net. This crowd up and about on this Wednesday night. Potential foul there, not given. There's Maroney. He's had such a good game, brought down that time. No foul. Here's Antonsen, edge of the box, firing it away. Great block by the Brisbane City defence. Maroney back up on his feet. Now in behind. You can hear the roar from the crowd. Cosgrove brought down. It's a City throw. The whole bench up on their feet. The stadium in waiting. Maroney headed away by Pantazopoulos. Here's Milanovic. About 2 to play. Luau drifted offside. We'll give the ball back to Brisbane City.
Really good line there from Brisbane City. That was crucial. Good defending, good smart defending from that line.
Western Sydney Wanderers looking to make another change before the game's done. Flannery going long. Milanovic scuffing the clearance. He does eventually put it out of play. Wanderers want to make a change, aren't allowed to do so. Cohen Allen took the throw in. Here he is again. Cohen Allen, a looping ball for Malachi. Loves Samira. Just can't hit the target. And it fell beautifully for him, evading the defender. As Gabe Kleur's day comes to an end. As Looks to be Jesse Cameron coming on, but just out of reach from Bonatig. And Malachi Love-Samira just can't drive it on target.
Yeah, exactly like you said there. Pinpoint precision from the cross. Perfectly executed right between those two centre-backs. Oh, he was just really unfortunate to redirect that in that top corner. Missed opportunity there.
We'll still have a little bit of time to play. Maybe one last chance. Stanic Floody back for Meredith. Launching it forward. Brillante doing the same. A game of head tennis at the moment. Stanic Floody launching it forward. Dent chasing it down, looking to get around Pantazopoulos. Just keeps it in play and puts it out. It will be a goal kick.
Good defending there from the Wanderers in such a tense moment. Good to see Brisbane City throwing everything forward. Every ball from here on needs to be.
And that is full time at Imperial Court Stadium. What a resilient and valiant effort from Brisbane City. They were down by 2 goals within 7 minutes. And they managed to claw their way back into the game late here in Brisbane. They were so close with Brisbane City. But the start of the Alan Stajic era gets off to a fantastic start with a win in the round of 32 as they advance to the round of 16 of the Australia Cup as it ends at Imperial Court Stadium. Brisbane City 1, Western Sydney Wanderers 2. Some flares on the far side of the stadium, but Western Sydney Wanderers good value for their goals and for their win. But gee, Brisbane City really put them to the test in the end.
Gosh, they were good to watch. They were exciting to watch this last 10 minutes especially. Look, I think they put up a really, really good fight. And, you know, it's a reflective scoreline. Yes, Western Sydney Wanderers had plenty more chances and probably should have converted those chances. But Brisbane City fought right till the end. Exciting to watch. Leaving these fans with essentially what was a really, really good night of football.
They'll be really proud of how they ended things, particularly in that final 20 to 30 minutes. Getting a goal back, it may have been fortunate. But this opening 7 minutes from the Western Sydney Wanderers really held them in good stead.
Yeah, look, 2 early goals. It always knocks the confidence a little bit. But they came out quite good in the second half, I thought. And, you know, had a bite at the cherry in the end there. Got one back and they were unlucky not to make it 2-2. Look, it was an exciting few minutes in the end there. And they really, really, really dug deep. Almost got level in the end.
Nick Milanovic, very lively. Badalado and Gabe Kleur, the scorers for the Western Sydney Wanderers. Alex Badalado with a good start under his new coach. And how about this as an opportunity right at the end? And it sent the stadium into absolute scenes.
Yeah, it was exciting, wasn't it? You could hear the rumble. Haven't heard that for a long time since the Women's World Cup, to be fair. It was exciting here at Brisbane City. I hope you could feel it for yourself. But what a good night of football. Lots of action.
Truly sensational and a great fight back from Brisbane City. They can be left proud with the way they did perform. Alan Stajic will be happy with the way his side performed towards the end, but certainly had to do some more work in that game and just getting started in this Alan Stajic era. Plenty more Australia Cup football to come in these coming few days. Western Sydney Wanderers advance to the round of 16. Perth Glory, an all A-Leagues affair as they take on Melbourne City. Melbourne Serbia hosting Modbury Jets as well. South Melbourne, an historic club, getting to take on A-League opposition in the form of Wellington Phoenix. Lambton Jaffers up in Newcastle hosting Melbourne Victory, and Olympic Kingsway hosting the Edgeworth Eagles. Some exciting fixtures there in the Australia Cup. Plenty more to come in one of the greatest competitions in this country. We'll leave you from Imperial Court Stadium with a happy Western Sydney Wanderers side as it ends. Brisbane City 1, Western Sydney Wanderers 2.